When people talk about the best movie tie-in games ever made, you usually hear the same names come up: Spider-Man 2, GoldenEye 007, The Warriors, maybe even Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And while all of those are absolutely deserve their flowers, there's one game that I genuinely believe belongs at the top of the conversation, and that is Toy Story 3, guys. This is maybe the best movie tie-in video game of all time, and it's crazy because as I was planning to make this video in lead up to Toy Story 5 coming out this week, which I've already seen, you can go check out that on my main channel over at Zach Pope Reviews. Of course, this is on Beyond the Play. It's crazy that we're actually getting a remaster of this and all the original Toy Story games on Retro Roundup, I think is what it's called. Easily one of my most anticipated projects. I'm so excited for this, and I'm excited to talk about it today because I genuinely said yes. Toy Story 3, the video game, might be the best movie tie-in video game of all time. It's not just one of the best Disney games. It's not just one of the best Pixar games. It's not just one of the best licensed games. I think it's the best. The reason is not just because it retells the movie. The actual story mode is about as bare bones as movie tie-in games get. It is simple. It is straightforward. It gives you the major beats, throws you into some fun platforming levels, lets you play as Woody, Buzz, and Jesse, and keeps things moving. It is enjoyable, colorful, and charming, but it's not the thing that makes the game unforgettable. The thing that made Toy Story 3 special was the toy box mode, and that mode changed everything. It literally changed everything, and it changed literally what this company was going to do, and that was the magic that made it. And I think Disney has kind of been chasing that toy box mode for a while. We see that with Disney Infinite, which we'll talk a little bit later in here. And specifically even now, like the Dream Valley, which is like Animal Crossing to a certain degree, I think it's chasing that feel. And I'm really curious to see what like this epic Fortnite game mode is, because I think if they were smart enough, they would use some sort of toy box mode for that, as well as, of course, maybe diving into a more versus type style thing. There's just so many great ideas with this, and that's what we're excited to talk about. So thank you so much for clicking on this. This is Beyond the Play. We love diving into PlayStation content, but specifically, we also love talking about video games over here, and this is one of those special video essays that you're going to be getting over here. So hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy content like this. Me and my friend Keenan love talking video games over here. We also both have our own separate channels, and if you know me personally, you know how much I love Toy Story. So we'll get right back into this. Leave your thoughts down below. That's where we're diving into, because let's be fair, the campaign first. The story mode in Toy Story 3 is not all bad. It's fun. It's a fun platformer. It's where it really needs to go, and it's fun, bright, kid-friendly, and all sorts of things like that. And Woody feels fast and nimble. Buzz is heroic as ever. Jessie brings her own fun movement and personality, but that's just the story mode. Toy Box Mode was the real game. Toy Box Mode is where Toy Story 3 really went from good to unforgettable. This was not just an extra mode. This was actually not some small bonus area. This was basically an entire second game packaged into the game. And honestly, it was the mode that understood Toy Story better than almost any other game ever could. Because what is Toy Story really about? It's about imagination. It's about making toys, worlds, characters, and random ideas and creating your own adventure. And it's about a cowboy standing next to a space ranger, a dinosaur, a piggy bank, aliens, army men, and a slinky dog. And somehow all of it makes perfect sense because a kid's imagination makes it make sense. I think that's where it kind of goes, is because Toy Box Mode captures that all perfectly. Instead of forcing you to follow the movie, it handed you a world and said, go play. You could build out a town, you could customize buildings, you could unlock characters, even Zurg on the PS3 version, which I'm really excited that the Retro Roundup seems to have it all. You could turn the world into whatever you wanted it to be. It was a part of open world adventure, part sandbox, part life sim, part collectathon, and part playground. For a game based on Toy Story, that is genius, because the best possible Toy Story game was never meant to go scene by scene retelling of the movie. The best possible Toy Story game had to make you feel like Andy or Bonnie or any kid who dumps a box of toys onto the floor and builds an entire universe in their head. That is what Toy Box Mode did. It gave you the toys, it gave you the world, then it trusts you to create the fun. And even as like an adult, it still makes me feel fun. You know, it's still great to go back to. Looking back, Toy Box Mode feels shockingly ahead of its time. This was before Disney Infinity took the toys to life concept and built an entire franchise around mixing characters, worlds, and creative sandbox games. But Toy Story 3 already had the blueprint. It already understood the appeal. You could change the town, you could do side quests, you could unlock new areas. There was just so much. That is the key, though. It's your version of this. Everyone who played Toy Box Mode had their own experience. The story mode was the story mode. Everyone got the same general path, but Toy Box felt very personal. And I think that's why this stuck with people. I think that's why it stuck with me. And obviously, I'm heavily biased towards Toy Story. It's literally my favorite thing in the entire world. But after you beat the campaign, usually in games like this, you kind of just stop. Maybe replay a level here and there and you move on. But Toy Box gave a life beyond. It's a game that I've gone back to consistently since it had come out. And I understood something that so many licensed games miss. Fans do not just want to watch the movie again in game form. They want to exist in that world. And Toy Box Mode let us do that. In fact, I really hope with Retro Roundup, and I can't explain this enough, that it sells good and Disney sees that we want more of this. And I think crafting a game in Toy Story's world just around this would be one of the smartest ideas, or just a game like this. People want their big live service game This is it. Even though I don't want it to be live service, I think when you look at this, it's even better is how perfectly it connects to the themes of Toy Story itself. The movies are about toys having their lives, but they are all about the imagination of people who play with them. Andy's room was just never a bedroom. It was the Wild West. It was outer space. It was a battlefield. It was a rescue mission. It was a spy mission. It was whatever Andy needed it to be that day. And Toy Box Mode kind of takes that exact concept and turned it into gameplay. And that's kind of one of my favorite things is I think this mode needs a comeback. Living in an era where sandbox games, cozy games, and customization, open worlds, and player-created experiences are bigger than ever. So why has Toy Story just never returned that idea? Why has Disney never returned that idea? Imagine a new Toy Story game where you can get a massive customizable toy world, Andy's room, Bonnie's room, Pizza Planet, Al's Toy Barn, Sunnyside, a backyard, a carnival. Maybe even locations inspired by all the movies. Imagine being able to build places, buildings, create obstacles, play as more characters, customize your own toy. You know, you have Forky, Duke Kaboom, the Alien, Zurg. There's so many characters you can jump into. And even imagine online co-op or split-screen co-op where you and your friend can build a toy box together in a brand new world. I would love to play this with my kid one day. Pick up missions. You could have one day where you're saving aliens from Zurg, the next you're racing RC, the next you're sneaking through a daycare, the next you're building a western town for Woody. I mean, look at what Fortnite and Minecraft are doing. There's so many creative things. And that's the craziest part is that Toy Story 3 has already proven that the formula works. And I believe that this is more than just nostalgia. Yes, it plays a part at it. But so many people love this game, and there's a lot more for that. So having a game where we could keep playing in that world meant something. But I do not think that the love for the game is only nostalgia at this point. Because when you go back and look at what Toy Box Mode actually offered, it still is impressive. The structure is still smart. The concept is still strong. And the freedom is still exciting. The idea still feels fresh. And that is the mark of a great game. Not every old licensed game holds up. Some were fun. Some have nostalgia. But Toy Story 3 had a real idea behind it. And that's why I think the legacy of Toy Story 3 needs to be remembered. Deserved as one of the greatest movie tie-in games ever made. And for me, the greatest. The campaign is fun, sure. But Toy Box Mode is the reason the game became special. Toy Box Mode was the heart of the thing. Toy Box Mode was the innovation. Toy Box Mode was the reason the game felt bigger than a simple adaptation. It captured the true spirit of Toy Story. Imagination, freedom, creativity, and the joy of making your own adventure in a world where so many games came and went. The best Toy Story game should not just tell you a story. It should give you the toys and let you create one. That is why Toy Story 3 is not just a great licensed game. It is not just a great Pixar game. It is not a great childhood game. It is, for me, as I've mentioned multiple times through this video, the best movie tie-in video game of all time. I love Toy Story 3. I've already pre-ordered my version of Retro Roundup. I'll be playing it on my PS5, my Switch. I love, love, love Toy Story. And again, a lot of biasness, but I really do believe that if you've never played Toy Box Mode, you should absolutely pick up this game. You can even pick it up right now if you want to on the PlayStation Store and give it a shot. It's a great game. It's a really fun one, especially if you love Toy Story and you've never played this. You are missing out. For me, this is everything, and I think Disney needs to take a lot of look at this. So let me know down below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you not? Let's talk about it. And of course, until next time, stay classy and keep playing video games.